So welcome back everyone to Alassane Ouattara Olympic Stadium here in Abidjan. No changes at the break. Nigeria and Equatorial Guinea level pegging at 1-1 after the first 45 minutes. Group A debut for both of these sides. Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, of course, top of the table after their success last night in the opening game of this competition. Ghana and Egypt coming up later on today in Group B, up against Cape Verde Island and Mozambique respectively. Here's the goal scorer, Iban Salvador, deciding he's not going to chase down that lost cause. Ajayi with the cover for Nigeria. Nwabali fairly underemployed, the new goalkeeper for the Super Eagles. Second cap for him after his first in mid-2021. Here's Iwobi. And was Osimhen onside? We have to wait and see. This is him battling away. Chance here for Lukman. Well, the flag stayed down. That will go down as an opportunity for Nigeria.
Definitely. It looks well offside, but, you know, the lineman said he wasn't. But, you know, it's a good tussle between him and the two defenders.
Ademola Lukman with the header, but a little push in the back of Bikoro. 7 goals in Serie A this season for Atalanta. Scored 13 times in the last campaign. He's a player perhaps a little bit under the radar in terms of high-profile African footballers, but he's done ever so well since he's moved from England to Italy.
Yeah, definitely. No, he's a goal scorer. No, he's been scoring double digits in the past 3 seasons in Europe, but you know, whenever he wears the Nigerian jersey, you know, he kind of struggles. And we always have such players, you know, like that in the continent. Whenever they represent their club, they are always gone blazing. But when they're playing for their country, you know, they don't get that edge to show what they can do.
Nigeria gained some ground down that left-hand side touchline. Zaidu Sanusi from FC Porto. Well, it goes against Lukman. He looks somewhat bemused. Referee's decision final, and now chance for Emilio Nsue, being watched by Troost Ekong. Ball out again to Yannick Boulia.
That would be a silly way to get yourself into the books. You know, tussling when you know the law of the game.
Well, Alassane Youssef in his first match has certainly laid down the law, and Ndong gets a talking to from the referee. Nigeria's first task, of course, to advance into the knockout stage of this competition. Only twice before in their 19 previous appearances in this tournament have they failed to get past the group phase. They're always consistent performers at this tournament. Last one, though, in Cameroon, disappointingly knocked out by Tunisia in the last 16. Goalkeeping howler cost them. They had their chances in that game. Now Mechin with Ganet and with Bikoro, the 3 men running the middle for Equatorial Guinea. And Ndong on this left-hand side. Bikoro. Ganet, is he going to try from long range? Right-footed effort. Well over the top.
I wanted to go for it, and he hesitates. That's what happens when you hesitate, and you know, you never get to hit the ball how you want to.
He's amongst Equatorial Guinea's more experienced internationals is Pablo Ganet, the 29-year-old from Malaga. 37th cap today. Falls for Iwobi. Osimhen stays down. Now he's up. Alassane Youssef. Nice and strong. Iwobi rides the challenge from Iban. This is out wide from Moses Simon. Alassane Youssef, Simon. just across him and away in the end, safety for a goal kick. But how well this young man is playing on his debut.
No, he hasn't disappointed. You know, he's been holding the ball very well. You know, he's been tackling very well, and even when they tried to tussle him as a small-bodied player, you know, he showed them that you know he's right there, and it's good to see, because when you get in your first cap, you know, you have to let the world know that you belong and you deserve to be in that team.
Now, Nsueo getting ball side, and keepers come out as well. Coro gives it away though. Now Simon out wide. Here's Iwobi. Yeka back with Moses Simon, won the French Cup with Nantes a couple of seasons ago. Alex Iwobi, of course, is back in his hometown of London with Fulham this season after a spell at Goodison Park at your old club.
Yeah. Was definitely a surprise move.
Rainey now on the edge of the area. Back again. Gets a little bit of a deflection, but Owono makes the save. Yusuf once more involved for Nigeria. He could crown a wonderful individual performance with a goal. I'm sure really had his name in lights come the end of the 90 minutes.
Now for him to perform the way he's going in this first cap, and now when he builds into the team, and feel he's at home, I'm sure he can do much better.
A couple of players from Nigeria being sent out to warm up. That's the muted applause from the crowd, perhaps feeling they need an injection of some energy in this Super Eagles side. Iban Salvador. This is good running from Ndong, and forces the corner as well. Only the third time these two teams are meeting, involved in the same qualifying group ahead of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. It was a win in Nigeria for the Super Eagles, 2-0 against Equatorial Guinea, and then they won 1-0 away in the return fixture with Joseph Yobo scoring.
That's right. Time really flies, doesn't it?
Those were your juniors. Now these are their juniors. A header away from Ekong. Lookman, head down, away he goes. Iwobi, lovely ball out wide. Surely now a chance for Nigeria to get into the lead. Owono makes the save. Still Lookman over the top. Goal kick it'll be. What a superb chance that was for Nigeria.
You gotta shoot. There's no room to try and square that ball. You can see the position of the goalkeeper, and then you went for it. That's what happens when he had the first chance in the first half, and he didn't utilize it, and the confidence is not there for him to go on target.
Well, some credit here for Owono, but that really was a poor effort from Zaidu Sanusi. Lookman with the follow-up, stuck it well over the top.
He's having a good game, Saidu, as well.
If it was to stay this way, a goal apiece, a draw for Nigeria in their opening game, I'm sure we will hear about it. Osimhen, another good stop from Owono. Well, this young goalkeeper has had plenty to do so far in this game, and come up trumps on several occasions to deny Nigeria an opportunity to go into the lead.
Good spreader. He came out very well, and he spread his body up, and that's what goalkeepers, coaches ask for from goalkeepers.
Aini now, was that a foul? Referee says yes, no advantage. Nigeria with an opportunity here get the set-piece ball in up against Yannick.
You can feel the pressure, you can feel the goal coming. You know, Nigeria started very well in the second half. Just keep surging forward, keeping the ball and looking for the right space to move forward.
Getting to mountains of work here, Osimhen, and took that ever so well. Keeper came out. Excellent stop. 10 minutes into the second half. Lukman will take the kick. Right-footed effort, curling away from the keeper, gets a punch to it. Long-range shot is blocked. Kept alive though. Back in. Osimhen on the chest. And the interception. Lukman once more with the left foot this time. Back post. Equatorial Guinea holding out. And there's a player down. And a stoppage just to check. These days, of course, any potential head injury must be dealt with fairly swiftly by the referee calling the medical team on. Let's see what happened here. Up went Owono. Coach Juan Mika just having a little check. Well, they always bring colourful supporters to this tournament, do the Super Eagles. They'd be making a lot more noise, though, if their team was in the lead. We could hear a few bars of "give us a goal" shortly, I fancy.
Give us one more goal. Yeah, but you know what? Like I did say earlier, they started very well. You know, the second half, and in 10 minutes, I think they just kept the ball, keep pushing, trying to get that goal, and one will have to pull two brilliant saves to stop Nigeria going ahead.
Rather lengthy stoppage, but back underway again here in Abidjan. Ndong to Koku. Equatorial Guinea had one warm-up game coming into this competition. They did all of their preparation at home in Malabo, took on Djibouti and drew that particular game. Nigeria were in Abu Dhabi along with several other African sides. They lost to Guinea in the only warm-up friendly they played. Not much time before the tournament to have all the players together. Although FIFA rules say you can call up players up to 14 days before the start of a continental tournament, there's so much bargaining now with the clubs that not many teams have a full complement 2 weeks before the finals. Players drip in as...
sometimes you blame, you blame the federation on the players, because the law of the game says you have to allow your players to go 2 weeks before a major tournament.
Yeah, but difficult though for the players when the club is in your one ear and the country's in the other ear.
You have to decide as a player, and for a federation you have to stamp the authority, and this is the law. You have to let my player come. On the other hand, you just have to balance it, because they're paying all the money.
Sure. Terry Moffi, for example, only due to arrive today, the replacement striker. Nacho came a couple of days ago, but he was injured, so he stayed behind at Leicester City for treatment. Lovely ball from Iban to Garnett. 3 players around him. This is Yannick. Ndong looking for Nsweo. Got a little touch in there. Bikoro. Still Bikoro with Yannick. No way through there. There's some good defence again. Alassane Youssef involved in all of that. And Koku gets the better of Osimhen.
That's a good tussle between those two players, and Koku and Osimhen so far.
Nigeria finishing top of their qualifying group. Just the one hiccup at home loss to Guinea-Bissau. Won the other 5 matches. Finished top of the table. Equatorial Guinea was second behind Tunisia in their group, but only on goal difference. They did win at home against Tunisia, which is a pretty impressive result. 4 wins in 6 matches to book their place here in Côte d'Ivoire.
Just looking at the substitution lineup, and you know, I think it will be the right time for Chikwueze to come in. He's a player that can bring a bit of bite, from the flank.
Yeah, big signing, of course, in the summer with AC Milan. Coach looks like he's playing the game himself up and down the touchline there.
That's why the player, passed the ball to him, and
Lookman down. We have a chance for Nigeria here from the set piece. Biting challenge from Basile Ndong. Is this the opportunity now for the Super Eagles to take the lead? A goal down against Equatorial Guinea. Came back very quickly to level the score, but have not been able to find a second yet. Lookman will take it. They've got a large contingent of green in that Equatorial Guinea penalty area. Floated in, headed away by Garnett. Youssef in the challenge from Iban Salvador.
The sun, the cloud have disappeared. The sun is back.
Yeah, the sun's back out again,
yeah.
and you can probably see that in your pictures too.
That's a worry for Alassane. I think he pulled his muscles.
Well, he's been through a tremendous amount of work so far. Just over an hour played. Stretcher is out. Teams, of course, if they do suffer injury in the squad before their first game, can change the players. But once the tournament starts, no more changes allowed. So you've got to hope for Nigeria's sake that this is okay. Still no activity off the bench just yet in terms of changes.
When you look at the substitute lineup, we can't find any defensive midfielder that can hold the position the way he's been playing, because with a game like that, definitely you would love to have Ndidi in your team, but when the player is performing like that, you'll be comfortable, and I hope the injury is not what will keep him away from the rest of the game. So
there's concern there on the face of Coach Pizarro. Now, can they patch him up and get him back on the field? We'll just see. Onyeka will drop back, of course.
And then Eribo might go in, because he's one midfield player too that he will need a game under his belt.
A more convincing scoreline, you would think that this would be the chance now for changes to be made. Yellow card for Sanusi. Is that for time wasting?
think probably consent.
Just the one previous caution for Bikoro in this game. Moses Simon finding it tough there, and some good strong work from Iban Salvador, one of the smaller players on the park, but he certainly gets stuck in. Now Iwobi, Lukman looking for some support. Aini gets round, Ndong, good save again by the feet of Owono.
That's what I was telling you about Aini. You can see that beautiful skill from a wing back. You know, he saw he went past at ease, and you know.
Young goalkeeper Owono certainly earning his pennies today's encounter. Now there are the possible changes off the bench. Aribo on the right.
So, yeah.
Coach has said get ready.
He keeps the ball very well. You know, he has good distributing, you know, in his game, and he can shoot from a distance. So I think I'm sure that's one player that you know will contribute a lot. But you know, the defensive aspect of an aggression of Yusuf that we've seen, you know, in the last 65 minutes, you know, is what the Nigerian team will definitely be missing.
There's a reminder of the opening goal from Iban Salvador. Nigeria had a very quick response from Osimhen. Now, bad news for the Super Eagles. It looks as if Yusuf will be stretched off, and you wonder how serious this is for Nigeria. Has his hands over his head and looks quite disconsolate as Alassane Yusuf over the head here of Osimhen. Play on. Referee now stops play. A couple of players from Equatorial Guinea down as well. This could be the moment to make the changes for Nigeria. We've seen players getting ready to come on. Aribo. It looks as if Chukwueze will come on as well, as you predicted it. Yeah. So Joseph Aribo, the taller of the two, playing for Southampton these days. But first change, we'll see Moses Simon depart, be replaced by Aribo, and then Alassane Yusuf, of course, stretch it off. So that means a little bit of a shift, I would think.
Yeah, there's a bit of shift, but you know, it's a like-to-like change with Simon and Chukwueze, and the only difference with Aribo and Yusuf will be, you know, is that aggression in the midfield. But you know, keeping the ball and giving those passes, I think Aribo is quite the tax.
Onyeka. Aribo gets an early touch. Iwobi and Chukwueze losing possession early on. The pass for Nswayo that could have been a lot better from Yannick.
That was a panic there, because if the pass was good, like you did say, you know, the back line was definitely beaten.
Aini. It was Chukwueze who set off just a little early there. I wonder if that ball had gone through, whether he would well have been pulled back for offside.
I thought the law of the game is, you know, an official on the bench cannot wear the same jersey like you know, the teams. And twice the coach has received a pass from from his own, from his own players.
Well, I suppose you're your own worst enemy if you do that. So if you're silly enough to put yourself in that situation, as long as you're not wearing green.
Yeah.
So the water break coming with some 20 minutes left here in Group A, the second game at the Africa Cup of Nations here in Cote d'Ivoire.
When you look at the contact of players that Nigeria have, that's spice up front. You definitely need a JJ Okocha in that midfield. Because you need a player who has that vision that can give those passes, and that's what I think Nigeria we still lacking. When we search and get that player, a JJ Okocha, let him Essen, Wilson Aruma, those are players that Nigeria need to get those passes.
You're talking about someone who was last in the national team probably 15 years ago. Has there been no one since then?
The number 10, Nigeria has really been struggling in number 10. When you look at our players abroad, Nigeria has been producing more defensive midfielders than creative midfielders. And it's a struggle. That's why we always say look back into the Nigerian league, because in the Nigerian league we've seen 1, 2, 3 players who can fit into that and give them that confidence, of caps, and they grow into it.
Equatorial Guinea fans are certainly making themselves heard now, and quite rightly so too. 20 minutes away from holding the mighty Nigeria in what would be a fabulous opening result for them at this tournament. Pressure is all on the Super Eagles now to start delivering. Did mention that they've won their last 2 opening games at a Cup of Nations, but before that just 1 of 5 for Nigeria, so not necessarily the best of starters in this tournament. Match into Bikoro, finds Garnett and Gong wide. The ball inside here to Nsue, holds on to it. Haini cuts it out. Good turn here from Chukwueze. Iban with possession for Equatorial Guinea.
Good spell on the ball. That's how they scored their goal in the first half. They kept the ball very well, kept moving it left to right, and the Nigerian team is allowing them to build up that confidence again.
This time the cross from Machin cleared away, but here they come again. A little too strong from Bikoro for Iban. Might be a chance now for Equatorial Guinea to freshen things up. They've got a couple of players standing by. There is JJ Okocha, next to him Jessica Mutaung from Kaizer Chiefs in South Africa.
That's the legend I'm telling you about. We need a JJ Okocha. A good JJ Okocha retired so early. Not that he can be playing today, but players like Victor Moses, Obi Mikel, JJ Okocha, they retired so early for the national team.
So here come a double change. Alex Balboa and Ondo will join the fray.
It's a substitution.
Yannick going off rather slowly. He's put in a good shift as well. Looks absolutely exhausted. Jose Nabil up front is locally based player in Equatorial Guinea, the only one in the squad, plays for the Kano Sport Academy, just 18 years old. And Alex Balboa, wearing jersey 14, plays his football in Spain with Huesca in the 2nd division. struggling near the bottom of the table.
If the result do stay like this, I think Equatorial Guinea will go more, boost the confidence into it. That's the attendance we have, in about 8,500 spectators. For a stadium.
Osimhen now. Oh, he's missed it, and he wasn't offside either.
You have to take those chances. You have to take those chances.
There's the call, onside. Flag stayed down, 1-on-1. What a goal. Last season, every single one of those opportunities he stuck away in Serie A. Now he's battling a little bit with his sights, and Nigeria miss a chance to go in the lead. 15 minutes remaining. Can they hold out here, Equatorial Guinea?
Just hope that such miss doesn't cost them later in the game.
Up in the air off Aribo. This is Nsueo. Turns, puts it over the top. Well, pretty similar to last night's match with the home team, also struggling at times against the so-called lightweight opponents. Not convincing at all.
Yeah, well, Equatorial Guinea, they have a good build-up, heading to this tournament. They played 3 games, I think 1-2 or drew 1. So as they build their confidence coming in.
Yeah, last year for Nigeria was certainly not a good one in terms of results. Certainly the second half of the year for the Super Eagles. Match results after they qualified for the Cup of Nations, drew with Saudi Arabia in a friendly in Portugal. Then they beat Mozambique narrowly by 3-2. Their last 3 games without victory. 2 draws in the World Cup qualifiers in November. They're in the same group with South Africa, and they'd lost to Guinea in Abu Dhabi just a week ago.
After beating the team, I think, was it 10-1 or 10-0?
Yeah, Sao Tome. 6-0 at home and 10-0 away. Well, the Equatorial Guinea side will be keeping their eye on the clock now as we begin the final countdown. We're heading towards the last 10 minutes of this encounter. They pulled off the upsets in the last competition, and they are picking up where they left off. Unless Nigeria can claim something here in these final 30 minutes, but if not, there's going to be a bit of a storm back home, Daniel.
Yeah, well, for first game, if you end up with a draw, for me, I think there's no panic. We had that in 2013 with may so rest in peace, Stephen Keshi. When Nigeria was crumbling because we drew 1-1 with Zambia, but at the end of the day, Nigeria ended up winning, becoming champions.
Yeah, that's a good point to make. 1-1 the opening game of the 2013 tournament, where Nigeria won in South Africa. Yeah. A game where Kennedy Mwini, the Zambian goalkeeper, scored the penalty.
That's right.
Now, Aini gets a talking to from the referee. They're going to take as much time as they can. You can see there the time wasting from Saul Koko. He leaves it now for Owono. This just bites into the time left.
They're playing smart. Their next game is against Bissau, and they know if they can get 1 point from this, probably they're looking good to get 3 against that, and they'll probably wait and see what Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire plays, and then they will be sitting on top of the log for probably a few days.
Well, there is a reminder of the miss from Osimhen.
You can see the reaction from the fans because they know what the best African footballer can do when it comes to scoring goals.
There he is, African Footballer of the Year, crowned last month. First Nigerian to win that since Nwankwo Kanu.
It's long awaited.
How close did you come?
I came third position back to back.
And who won it in those years?
Abedi Pele.
Well, that's decent to finish just behind Abedi Pele.
Back in the generation when you finish in the top 5 or top 10, you know, you are a winner.
Pretty much so. Aribo now, good running down the left-hand side. Maybe he can make up for that earlier miss, Sanusi, with a decent delivery here that could set up a chance. Aribo once more, was he caught? Yes, he was. Foul by Nabil.
You see what I was saying earlier, you know, you come into the game, you're playing in a certain position, you wait, you're already in the game for 10 minutes, you don't get the ball and you stay in the same position. You gotta move, you know, you gotta go look for the ball. You know, if you don't do that, you know, you cannot get those passes. How can you come in as a substitute for 10 minutes and you didn't even touch the ball?
Set piece chance here for Nigeria. 9 minutes remain in Abidjan in this Group A encounter. This will certainly shake up the tournament early if Equatorial Guinea are to share the spoils. So the delivery, in it comes. Opportunity here for Nigeria. Headed away by Balboa. Chukwueze back in, holding firm at the back. Billy sweeping now with Iwobi.
I think there is no room for for Nigeria to feel panic if they're drawing 1-1. You can see everybody's pushing the goalkeepers, get into the halfway. You know, you do that, they end up getting a break and they score. 1-1, a draw in the first game. There's nothing wrong with it.
Another change now. Aini goes off for Nigeria. They're going to make a double change, in fact. Osai Samuel is on. Kelvin Bassi as well, another London-born player from Fulham, recently with Ajax Amsterdam. Iban and Chukwueze squaring up.
That's Ivan Eldo Salvador. He's the feisty one.
He is full of fire. And a goal, of course, against Nigeria. Something he can talk about for some time to come. Aribo not making much progress. Goal kick it'll be. More time wasted. It's now 6.5 minutes to go in this Group A encounter.
You can see Nigeria is still, holding the 4-3-3 formation after all those changes. And if you are looking for a goal, definitely I think you should swap, rotate your formation to the 3-5-2 or the 3-2-5 and all that stuff.
Missed chances are going to be the big talking point as well. There's Chukwueze over the head of Aribo. That's a foul and potential